Okay, in our textbook, we're on chapter 3, lesson 4, and they're talking about equivalent fractions. And in your homework tonight, you're asked to write an equivalent fraction for a series of fractions given, right, one that's equivalent. So we didn't do number 5 in class, but number 5 states 12/20ths. Now this is about 12/20ths, and what 12/20ths, as you know, means if this were cut into 20 pieces, I have the shaded part, I have 12/20ths. Well, I can cut this and represent the exact same proportion writing some different fractions, hence equivalent, equal, or equivalent fractions. I can make more cuts. I could put double the amount of cuts. Now, I didn't cut this into 20 pieces because my drawing skills aren't that great. So I can do double the cuts, and I can multiply the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2. And as you know, 2 halves, or 2 is 1. This is the same as 1. So I'm multiplying 12/20ths by 1, and I'm just making more cuts, but the proportion would be the same. So 2 times 12 is 24, and 20 times 2 is 40. So 12/20ths would be the same as 40/20ths. So if this were cut instead of 20 pieces, 40, this would be 24 instead of 12. I can also reduce the amount of cuts that I've made by simplifying the fraction. And here it would be helpful to find the greatest common divisor. So I can multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. I can also divide the numerator and denominator by the same number, meaning a fraction that represents 1. So in this case, I'm going to use my GCD, so I'll do see the other tutorial for that. I can divide it by 1, but use the fraction terms 4/4 for that 1, because the greatest common divisor between 12 and 20 is 4. I could actually use any divisor. I could divide the top numerator and denominator both by 2, but then I could simplify it further. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 3/5 is an equivalent fraction. And they don't say simplest terms or in the direction. They just want an equivalent fraction, and they just want 1, and I did 2 here. So that's equivalent fractions.